Well, in this video, it may look somewhat familiar. Visiting Lubeck, an untapped gem. Well, I posted this back in November of 2020. And the reason why I'm reposting it again is because today, which is March 4th in 2023, I received a claim from YouTube, or a notification from YouTube, saying that there was a copyright claim against me on that video. As it turns out, it's on the music that I had used in the video, and at the time I used the music, it was available for free use, royalty-free, under Creative Commons license by the artist. But apparently, and it was fine, and you know, everything's been fine the past couple of years. But apparently now this music is owned and distributed by some music distribution company, and they are making a copyright claim against this this video, even though everything I did was perfectly legal, you know, at the time. And I think it probably still is. I'm not sure they have a legitimate claim, but to try to fight it is ridiculous because YouTube makes you jump through all kinds of hoops. And my dog's complaining too. Well, Gidget, she just wants to, doesn't want to be left out. So I guess she has to photobomb or get involved somehow, all the time. Yes, I know, Gidget. She's not happy. She wants my undivided attention. She doesn't want me to be making videos. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. It's a real hassle to try to fight this. More and more now, there are claimants, not just from this company, but there are a lot of people that are just, you know, thieves from some third world country that are making claims now. And the reason for this is because YouTube automatically stops all revenue to the video creator and starts giving it all to the person who claims the copyright. And whatever money you had made, they just draw from your account. You know, you're at a deficit, and they give all that money away to the claimant. And if you want to fight it and get it back, you can, but as I say, you have to jump through hoops. It's not even worth it. Especially if you haven't made that much money on it. This particular video has had around 5,000 views, and so it has made some ad revenue, and so that money is lost. So today, as soon as I got that claim, I got the email from YouTube, I immediately pulled the video down and just deleted it from my YouTube account. That means that they can't collect any future revenue. They might get some now from what I already made, but they won't get another dime out of it beyond that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, and if I add any music, I just have to add stuff from the YouTube library. Apparently that's somewhat safe. Although, I don't know, things are changing at YouTube. It may not be anymore. Maybe I should just not use any music at all, unless I make it myself. And that's not going to happen anytime soon. So, you can see I'm at the desktop, and I'm going to start doing some editing. And so you can see this video. If you haven't seen this video, it'll be new, but it won't have the original music. Anyway, the video description below is mostly the original of what I wrote the first time around, so you can read that, and that gives you a lot of good info. And I hope you enjoy this video. I'd appreciate it if you like and share and all that good stuff, because I'd like to get this one out there. The other one was very popular, but just because this has the same title and it comes out there again doesn't mean it's going to go anywhere. So I have to, and there's a number of other videos I suspect I'm going to have to do the same thing over again. It's a real hassle. I make the videos really for my own enjoyment, for fun, but this is not so much fun. I'm wondering if I should even bother anymore. I'm going to re-edit this one, but I'm going to see how this goes, and I have to reevaluate, see what I want to do in the future. Anyway, I really thank you for watching. I thank all my supporters, my steady viewers, subscribers. I really appreciate it. That does help my channel, and but I can use a little bit more help, and just sharing that video, sharing these videos, adding comments in the comment section below, voicing your opinion, all of these things. You've probably heard about the YouTube algorithms before. It's a real pain in the butt, but I guess that's just the game. That's what we have to deal with. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. If you haven't seen it before, if you have, well, it might be a little bit of a different twist. But thank you for watching. Okay, so I'm beginning this video first off with just some still pictures. You can see the International Bridge crosses over from Lubeck to Campobello Island in Canada, and it was closed because all these were taken during COVID. And so you see a few pictures around Water Street and other parts of Lubeck. Water Street is sort of the main drag. And then you'll see a few pictures of Cobscook Shores, parks. They have a number of parks. They're all free to the public, very nicely groomed. It's all brand new. And then we finish up the slideshow with a few pictures of West Quoddy Head Light, which is the easternmost point in the continental United States. And that's on the outskirts of Lubeck. And I hope, ending this slideshow, we begin the actual video. I hope you enjoy that. This is a remake of the original. And thanks again for watching. I'm in Lubeck, Maine, easternmost town in the United States. This is the US Customs Stations in Lubeck, Maine. It's right at the foot of the International Bridge that crosses over to Campobello Island in Canada. And it is open to local traffic because the people on Campobello Island don't have any access to goods or services unless they come across. So there is an exception here for crossing the border, but otherwise it is closed to all the rest of us, just during this COVID-19 thing. But when you come into the heart of Lubeck, it's a peninsula, and so it's all surrounded by water. Okay, I'm driving down the main drag of Lubeck, and this is called Water Street for good reason. It runs along the waterfront. This is basically the main drag in the peninsula. And as you can see, this time of year there's not a whole lot of activity. But even during the summer, the place isn't exactly crowded. There are no stoplights or traffic lights of any kind. What we call a Lubeck traffic jam is when one car encounters another driving down Water Street here. Lubeck is a nice little community. It was always a working class town, and there were maybe 2 or 3 sardine plants. The last one, I remember coming here over 20 years ago. It was still in operation. And this is the, well, this is the boat landing, but little parking area, public access for boats and whatnot around the waterfront. But believe it or not, Lubeck actually does have a marina. And we're now into winter, only a few commercial boats out on moorings, but the marina does have floats for pleasure craft. And as Lubeck begins to be noticed and people are starting to discover it, they're starting to stop in. And it's a nice little community. And what I'm driving to here, you can see this is the town marina. This building that says boat tours, that is the harbor master office. And where that little pier goes out, there are usually a bunch of floats out there, and People can tie up their pleasure craft. And of course there are a number of moorings. Just looking at some of the commercial boats that are still out there. But eventually this harbor will, for the most part, freeze up. It'll be loaded full of pack ice. So even these boats will be hauled out. Well, it depends on the winter. Most of these are rental cottages. They're seasonal. There's a place that offers whale watching. There's also an inn and a restaurant and gift shop. That used to be a commercial center. I think there was some sardine packing going on there years ago. And right now I'm just driving through the town of Lubeck. I'm staying in the peninsula. It is a bit hilly. Yeah. Everywhere you look is water. Lubeck is located along what is called the Bold Coast, Maine, which is Washington County, located in Washington County. And if you do pull in here, if you're on a boat, sailboat or a power boat, and you pull in, right here in town, there is an IGA grocery store, so you can fill up with groceries. And while there was a gas station here, it says Quick Shop, that's not here any longer, but a couple of miles outside of town is a place called McFadden's Variety, and it's also a gas station. You can get, I believe, gas and diesel there. But you might want to get a ride from one of the locals, because it's a little ways out and you don't want to be carrying cans of fuel with you. Okay, this is heading out of Lubeck, and I'm taking a left onto what's called the South Lubeck Road. And this is just outside the peninsula. And what I'm doing is I'm heading towards Quoddy Headlight, and that's what I'm going to show you next. And it's about, a little less than 5 miles outside of town. Be there in a couple of minutes. I'm here at Quoddy Headlight, which is East Lubeck, Maine. It's the easternmost landfall in the United States. And I'm looking across right now at Grand Maine Island, which is Canada. And Grand Maine is actually a pretty good sized island, and it does have ferry service from New Brunswick across there, I believe year-round. It has many year-round inhabitants and fishermen, and it looks very close because the cliffs are so high, but it's actually about 10 miles offshore. As they come around, you see along the coast here, and of course there's the Quoddy Headlight. And I apologize for all the wind noise, and of course there's some wave noise too from the rocks. And you see the surf pounding against some of these rocks here. That's a good reason why you want to pay attention to the buoys. A few outcroppings of rocks, the surf running against them. It's a very calm day today though, the seas are very calm indeed. But this is a good reason why you want to pay attention to the buoys and stay outboard of them. Right now it's off season, and the lightkeeper's house here is normally open It's been renovated, and inside it's set up as a gift shop and a museum, and it is open to guests. This lighthouse and keeper's house is all part of a state park, the Quoddy Head State Park system. There are all kinds of hiking trails around here that you can check out. Well, right now I'm at the Cobscook Shores system of Shorefront parklands, and there's about 11 of them, and this one here happens to be the Red Point Shorefront Park, and it just recently opened this year to the public. And there's an interesting story behind this. A wealthy gentleman who owns all kinds of land throughout this region wanted to see it not only preserved but opened up in such a way that the public could enjoy it when they come up this way. So all around the Lubeck area there are all kinds of these trails, but this guy put a lot of money into it. And well, let me turn around here, let's see. You can see right here this little road leading in. Well, this is the main path, and so even though there are all kinds of trails in the region by different organizations, a lot of them, even though they might be easy for most people and not very challenging, if you're in a wheelchair or a family that has a stroller with young ones, this makes it very easy. It's well manicured. All kinds of new buildings, outhouses and pavilions, all kinds of benches throughout the whole area. And this is quite a nice little park, and I'm not going to walk through the whole thing. I don't think I have enough time left in the camera for the video. The battery's dying on me, but he's got a little information kiosk here, and throughout this park you'll see buildings like this that are set up with picnic tables. So if you came in here for a hike and you wanted to eat your lunch without getting eaten by mosquitoes or, you know, whatever, you can go inside and enjoy lunch and not be pestered. Or if it starts to rain, get out of the rain. Little outhouses like this, they're all through the park. The park, all the trails are manicured like this with the the stone dust and pea gravel. Very nicely done. That gate there, that's just, they have administration offices. That part's not open to the public, but why would you want to go there anyway, really? But it's a nice park. So when you visit Lubec, Maine, this is within the township of Lubec. Yeah, this is within the township of Lubec, and it has parking and easy access. And as you can see how the trail winds around. It goes on down that way. It goes down by the waterfront. It goes down to a beach, and at low tide, it has a crossing with a bunch of little fieldstones. When the water runs out, and you can cross over to an island and walk around trails on that and come back. You just have to get back before high tide, because when the water comes in, well, it's still not over your head, but it's icy cold water. You don't want to be wading through it. I'm just turning around, heading back now. I just wanted to show you the entrance, what these trails are about. And there are also landings in these parks for kayaks and canoes. And there's a whole water trail system. You can get a map, you can go online. I'll see if I can find a link and put it in the video description below. And you can go on a paddling adventure with your kayak or canoe, and you can land on these different parks and use the facilities. And by the way, this is all free to the public. There's no charge for entrance or anything. This is something new to this area, and I think it's really going to increase commerce in the area. It's going to benefit a lot of the inhabitants, because there's not a lot of industry beyond commercial fishing and, you know, lobstering. So of course the gate here is because they don't want you to drive in. This is really for walking, but you are allowed to use a bicycle. So if you have a stroller, a bicycle, anything of that nature, you are allowed, just not, you know, motorized. You can't use a motorized apparatus. And it's right, it's about 39 degrees right now. That's in Fahrenheit. And you'll find information kiosks, benches, bicycle racks. They're all throughout the park. And you'll find these information things, you know, maps and things. It's pretty neat. So who needs music in the video anyway? I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe and like and share the video. And, well, I'll get to work on doing some more.
Hold on, girl, now wait just a minute. I've got something to say. You should hear it. Oh, I'm happy to make time for your feelings, but you have to admit I already do. Let's just break it down.